This cat is so ducking cute. Thanks for clicking on this video. Hope you'll enjoy it. I'm a vivid lucid dreamer, and I have spent years crafting my perfect dream world. Ask me anything. Like I've told them, I have been a vivid dreamer my entire life, and began lucid dreaming when I was about 10. I've been practicing for 20 years, and started world building 8 years ago. I started with 4 different worlds, and I ducked up all but one. Through trial and error I have found a balance of control and existing within the dream. I have built an entire universe in my sleep, and my favorite part is the sky. I spent a lot of time getting the sky perfect and makes the real one look like toilet water. I have memories specific to the dream world. I have relationships in that reality, and the people in my dream know they only exist because I'm dreaming. Sadly, I cannot fight without slow mo, and car brakes don't work. My brain can fill in a lot of gaps, but it can't create external stimuli. Do you have any tips for those who want to get started on lucid dreaming? The first step is to realize that you're dreaming. And how would I go about doing that? It sounds oversimplified, but you just have to be aware that you're dreaming. The literal thought has to occur. Lucid dreaming is just being aware that you're in a dream. If you can have the thought, or say out loud I'm dreaming or this is a dream, you are technically lucid dreaming. Control of the dream comes way after that point. If I do this on the rare occasion I do have a dream, it'll either wake me up or end the dream. The unconscious mind isn't used to having company. It will push you away until it gets used to you being around on its time. Yes, it's like you're an imposter. You have to gain the trust first. Unconscious mind really doesn't trust conscious mind. I wonder why. Have you ever had problems with sleep paralysis? Not that I'm aware of. I have the exact opposite problem. I tend to move around. I don't sleepwalk anymore, but I do move a lot. As in I can get a fitted sheet off in one sleep. Making my bed is a fruitless endeavor. I will also punch and kick anyone that gets near me while I'm sleeping. I'm what I call a violent sleeper. What does it mean to duck up a world you build? They became irreparable and corrupt. In each one, I tried to change too much in a single dream. Every time that happened, the lucidity ended, and the vivid dream became a vivid nightmare. The dream world has a limit of what I can change before I lose control of the dream. It took me losing 3 worlds to learn my lesson. If I went back to those worlds I was met with a nightmare, so I stopped going to them. I ducked him up beyond repair. What does the nightmare consist of? Is it the same every time, or does it differ? Are there physical things that cause you fear, or is there just a general feeling of anxiety? Also, can you choose which world you go? People morph into disgusting clown corpses and the scenery goes black. Feels like I'm being hunted. I can choose to go to my dream world most of the time, or I can choose to not go to that world. Have you ever played with boobs or had a sexual experience in a dream? Yes. What tips can you give to someone who is aspiring to be a lucid dreamer? Practice makes perfect. Sleep with your head pointing north, and don't try to change too much. Just because you're aware of the dream doesn't mean you have to change it. First step is to know you're dreaming. Another question, do you prefer your dream worlds or the real world? If I could stay in my dream world I would. The sky is too pretty to stay away from. Plus there is a sunny tropical beach that has snow, so that's pretty hard to beat. It's the #1 vacation destination, and only one person is allowed on the beach at a time. Makes for a very long line, but totally worth it. Your dream world has lines you have to wait in, only for Snow Island. But come on, it's hot. The island can only fit one person, and it snows without clouds. Of course there's going to be a line. It's the #1 destination in my dream world. Why is it necessary to sleep with the head pointing north? That's my own superstition. I get my best dreams, most control, most vivid, when my head points north. There's no science to it. I'm also in the northern hemisphere for what it's worth. I might prefer pointing south in the southern hemisphere. I've had another lucid dreamer claim that the magnetic field will mess with dreams, but take that for a grain of salt. Is there something in the dream world that you have no control of? Gravity. What are the downsides to having a lucid dream? You're more likely to wake up tired. It can be addictive if you start preferring it to reality. It's really not good for your sleep cycles. It won't kill you or anything, but you're not getting proper sleep. The biggest downside is that you have to wake up. What is something you always wanted to do, but did while lucid dreaming, and what were the outcomes/consequences? I blew up the moon. Well, I made the sky prettier. But in order to do that, I had to bring in a giant ringed planet closer, which resulted in me blowing up the moon. But it's okay, because I made a new moon. So yeah, I tractor beamed what I assume to be Neptune-ish, blew up the moon, and now we have a pretty sky with daytime planet. Did millions die? Yes. Was the other planet populated? Yes. Did I know that before changing the sky? No. Did anyone complain? No. You mentioned earlier that you're someone different there. What are the differences? Does your personality change much, or just the visuals? I dream in first person, and I've never seen my reflection in my dream. I don't know what I look like, but I'm still female. My personality is very different. The only similarity is that I like to explore and keep people at a distance. My dream self is more pleasant and not prone to anger. She also has a different voice than I do. Her body isn't mine either. I guess it's just my ideal version of me. What advices would you give someone who wants to start? I feel like it's hard to find info about what to avoid while trying to get lucid dreams and what is not worth wasting your time on. Lucid dreaming isn't healthy long term. You spend too much time in REM. I'm talking significantly longer REM time. Your brain can't keep up the pace. I often wake up exhausted. If something or someone pulls me out of the dream, as in I don't wake up naturally, I have a short-term memory wipe, and it takes a few hours to get back to reality. On the outside, I appear to wake up like I'm drunk or drugged. Lucid dream at your own risk, and remember that you can't stay there. Also remember that it's not real. It's not reality. You will wake up, and you will have to go back to the real world. If you can't compartmentalize, I'd strongly discourage you from lucid dreaming. Do you have any deep relationship with anyone in your vivid dreams? Like a best friend or a boyfriend? If so, do you miss them when in real life? Within the dream I have friendships, occasionally a romantic interest, but I don't miss them when I'm awake. They don't exist when I'm awake, and the emotional attachment to the memory isn't there when I'm awake. The emotional bond only exists in the dream. A few dream people have said they have missed me. I take a break from lucid dreaming when I need proper sleep. How do you take a break? I will dream organically, so I don't plan to go anywhere specific or think of a specific theme. I always know I'm dreaming, but I don't have control in all of my dreams. I take a break with movie style dreams. My brain makes a story and I sit back and watch. I'm an observer, but not a participant in the dream. Sometimes it's a bust. I've had a dream where I asked where the dream was. My unconscious troll apologized, but didn't have shut for me that day. Whoa, this sounds fun. Do you ever feel like, because you have complete control over your dream world, you might discover something about yourself which you didn't know up until now? Or is it like you are completely conscious, so you are exactly the same? I'm not me in the dream world, but I'd argue that I'm completely conscious. I think therefore I am. My non-lucid dreams I'm me, but I have no control. Those dreams are where I get the introspection and messages from the unconscious mind. Do you keep a dream journal? No. I can remember most of my dreams. What I forget would be forgotten before I could write it down. I still remember dreams I had as a child. Have you been unable to wake up after several attempts? I wake up, but I'm still dreaming. Like a dream in a dream. Then it takes me a while to realize I'm still dreaming. I will get trapped in a dream. I will try to wake up, but I won't. The people in my dream will tell me I can't wake up. I have to stay until the dream is over. I will try screaming to wake myself up, but nothing works. The dream holds me hostage, and I will sleep 12+ hours. It feels like I'm in REM the entire night. I wake up more exhausted than when I went to sleep. I read somewhere that men tend to have more action-packed, apocalyptic dreams, shootouts, earthquakes, tornadoes, etc. You being a woman, I can't help but wonder, what's the craziest, most action movie thing you have willingly done for fun in your dreams? The most action-packed dream was when a planet crashed into ours. It started with me watching a plane fly towards the sun and crash. I tell my friends we have to get the survivors. They and people on the street tell me to go home. There's not going to be survivors. I go home to my dog and see the sun changing color. I realize it's not the sun but a planet. A big ducking planet. I grab my dog and I can feel his claws digging into me and he holds me. I tell him to brace for impact and the planets collided. After the dust settles I hear something at my window. The people told me that their planet crashed into ours and were looking for survivors. So we go looking for survivors. I saw an elderly couple fighting over canned dog food. My mom called to tell me she would die if she can't get this specific drink. I tell her with the planets crashing she probably won't be able to get it. There was also the time the Dalai Lama turned into a nuclear explosion. I was also stabbed by a Russian once. He was convinced I heard something I didn't hear. I felt the cold knife go it. I felt it tear my skin. I felt my organs move around the blade. I pleaded with him that I didn't hear anything and I pulled the blade out. I felt the warmth of my blood as it poured out.